Welcome back to Bibbidi Bibbidi. I'm Bill.
I'm Josh. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Bill.
I'm Josh.
And today we have a 1792 single barrel
Battle.
battle.
And two of these are Dad's, and one of them is mine. And if you can see the tops of bottles, I think you can figure out which one's mine.
I'm a dirty, dirty boy.
That's going to get clipped. So these are all 98.6 proof. These two are from 2016. This is
different times.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is from 2022. So
these have been in the bottle 9 years. That one's been in the bottle 3 years.
Yeah, a little old versus new mixed in with this one today.
Plus however long they were aged.
Yes. So I find these to be quite flavorful for the proof point. Typically things under 100 for me don't always follow through. Very few things.
I find them to be just a little bit light. I've never been a huge fan of the single barrel 1792s or the small batch. It's always been the others.
A little too much variance.
Yeah, and that's the way it is with a lot of single barrel products. Some companies are really, really good at it. Others are not. I get a big variance in Blantons, for example.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of. Always have some around because they're pretty bottles. They're good gifts. So.
Oh boy.
It does have a good nose. Just a classic bourbon.
Yeah. Caramel, pepper.
Yeah, but
that's about it.
Yeah, a little bit of maybe honey or vanilla.
Definitely just a hint of ethanol on it. Nothing crazy, nothing stand out.
Yeah, it presents pretty thin on the glass. Although it's consistent.
Well, I'm ready if you are.
Let's go.
Wow, that's a lot of spice.
It's got a pretty good bit of spice. There's also, and the spice is coming in more now.
Ooh, I feel it on the roof of my mouth.
But there's also a little astringency, a little oak astringency.
Just
in there.
A touch. This doesn't quite reach the back of the palate for me.
Yeah.
It's just like living right in the mid palate and on the roof of my mouth.
There was a little bit of sweetness there at the front. Little vanilla honey.
Yeah,
thing.
definitely more of a honey than that caramel that was on the nose.
Yeah.
Okay. Very spicy.
Mm-hmm. Getting a little more oak now. Beginning to trail down.
If I remember correctly, this one's my bottle. This one is fairly sweet. Much less pronounced on the nose compared to A. Not as much oak on it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But again, it's a classic bourbon note.
If you want
not a lot else to say.
If you want a bourbon drinker's bourbon, 1792 is probably right up your alley.
Yeah. And what are these now? They're probably $39 a bottle now.
40. Yeah, I think mine was 40 when I got it last year at some point. Let's see what the new one's like.
Still got that spice.
Now this one's going all over the palate.
I'm getting a little tingle on the front of the tongue there.
That's pretty nice.
I like A better right now.
Really?
Yeah. It's just something about this one. So there's a little more of that oak astringency to it.
Really, I think there's less. I think this is very vanilla forward.
We'll go back through it and see.
A hint of spice.
We'll go back through it and see.
Compared to the other two, that nose is a little drab. Quite a bit of ethanol on the nose. Some oak.
And again, it's just there's not a lot to it.
Yeah, not much after that.
There really hadn't been a lot on any of the three of them.
Well, at least the first two had some sweetness on the nose. This one
Yeah,
doesn't seem to have any at all.
It'll have the best palate, probably.
That's usually how it works. Let's find out.
Get like a grass.
Yeah.
A grassy note.
Yeah. Not as spicy as the other two.
I don't know. Let's just
There's
say it's
spice.
more spice, but
I don't think so. This one has considerably more oak.
yeah. I'd also, so far, I'm not surprised that I'm not, but I'm not terribly enamored by
Yeah.
them.
I
And
mean,
I was surprised there were actually 2 bottles in my
yeah,
my
another one
selection.
back there.
Okay.
I brought mine just in case, and it was already open. So
There are so many other things from 1792 that
yeah,
are so much better.
Yeah.
I'd much
that
prefer.
sweet wheat.
Yeah, I'd much prefer bottled and bond, to this.
Yeah,
Or foolproof or
I haven't had foolproof. I'm gonna do
high
that.
rye. Ooh, high rye.
There you go. There you go.
I don't think you've had that yet.
No, I have not. Maybe 1792 vertical should be on the list of things to do today.
I think it has been for about the last 9 months or
Well,
so.
why don't we go
Oh,
ahead?
today? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
today. Why don't we go ahead and knock it down?
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's just go back here, a little sip on this, see if we get anything else.
These are first sips. I get just a touch more sweetness on that one this time.
Yeah, honey.
Yeah. But
Very
that's the thing, it's
distinctive
light.
honey.
It's light sweetness. It's not.
Yeah. And that's not necessarily bad. It's just, I think B has that caramel sweetness to it, which is much more traditional. Oh man, that's got some nice spice to it.
It does. And that's actually more well-rounded,
Yeah.
I think, than C is for
Yeah.
sure. Now, to me, first sip, A beat B.
That caramel note might be a hint of butterscotch, to be honest.
I thought about that, but I just couldn't get there.
It's mingling with the line between butterscotch and caramel.
And I was on a butterscotch. What we were drinking last night.
Yeah, you were
was
on a
they were
butterscotch
on a
kick.
butterscotch kick.
Oh,
And I
the
was
Elijah
getting some.
Craig barrel proofs. I wasn't
Yeah.
getting those at all. This one's, that oak and spice on the nose on this one's gone.
I don't know if you've been corked up in a bottle for the last 15 years, probably.
That really mellowed out.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't have anywhere near the spice that it had initially.
Yeah. I got my winner.
Yeah, I agree. They're real close together, but I agree.
One from 2022 is our winner here.
Yep.
These are
To be fair, it has been open. It's had some air on it.
only like a month.
These are completely fresh cracked. But still, for me,
I mean, I think we're like C minus C.
yeah.
These are good introductory bottles, I
Yeah.
would say.
What I would just say is if you're watching this review and you're hung about whether to go with 1792 or not, pick one of the others. I mean,
If you can get a bottled and bond, those are great. It's a little bit more proofy.
I go to Kentucky, I can pick up bottled and bonds and sometimes store picks for
Oh, yeah.
below 40, like
Yeah.
33, 34 bucks.
Yeah. Sazerac owns Blanton.
Mhm.
So you're much more likely to get a 1792 pick than you are something from Buffalo
Yeah.
Trace.
Now, a foolproof pick, we got a bunch of,
Yeah,
there's a bunch of foolproof picks.
we got to do one of those.
And we've got some bottled and bond picks. And I actually picked up some of the bottled and bonds as gifts too. So,
Because they're like $40 too.
and there's a pick in Lenore, North Carolina, ABC right now for bottled and bond. I think it's $43.
Yeah.
So-
You see these, I think, more often, especially the bottled and bond and these single barrels, probably the most popular outside of the small batch.
Yeah.
Easiest to find.
Now, if
Small
you were-
batch is just a little bland.
If you were to take these and compare them against that Richmond back there, that's a pick.
Mm. I don't know. I might prefer this. The second time we did the Ridgemont, it was not as good.
That was getting done. We need to put that
In a sample
in the sample
bottle.
bottle.
Yeah. Good idea. Well, guys, C minus, C plus, or sorry, C minus C. If you're new to bourbon and you're just trying to, you've been drinking Buffalo Trace or something and you want to step outside of that hyper sweet profile and try something just a little different, a little bit more bourbony, that spice and oak forward, I'd say 1792 is pretty good.
Yeah, 1792 overall.
Yeah.
Again, for me, I wouldn't put my coin in these. And as you can see from the rest of how much 1792 I have behind that door, then you would see that I didn't. I prefer to put mine into some of the other things from 1792. So
yeah.
But anyway, like a good bourbon, our videos get better with time.
And as always, take care of yourselves.
And I don't think we said this. So if you've hung around this long, please hit that subscribe button, give us that thumbs up like, and hit that notification bell. Thank you very much.